Hi everyone. Alright, welcome to this space. So, I know this is going to be a little bit odd. I hope all of you aren't too upset about it, but yes. So this is, this reading is actually going to be for Libra and Virgo. Okay? You can take them separately. You can smash them together. But they're neighbors, your neighbors. And everybody else was recorded inside, and you are going to be recorded outside. And I'm also seeing this as like a chakra energy, although it came out like this, which is actually the right way of the chakra. But either way, hi Libra, hi hi Libra, hi Virgo. So let's just, I don't know, I guess because we're outside, needed some fresh air, I would say that maybe getting out of your head a little bit, taking a wider perspective. There's a lot of green around, so this is very heart-centered. This is confidence, right? It is the color of the heart chakra. Ooh, there's another one. 8 of Wands and actually, again, it came out in the reverse. Another chakra correct alignment. Cool. Okay, we'll take that. Okay, just a second. Okay, from this point on, we're going to take, if it comes out in the reverse, we'll take it that way. For now, I see, if you were in the midst of a choice, it's not about talking about it with other people. Son of Wands. It's not about talking, and this is, snake is also chakra energy, right? Untangling here. It's not about talking about it with other people. It's about having a conversation with yourself. I heard, and then you cut yourself down from the tree. You get out of the tree house and you come down, and then you figure it out with others and take action there. You have all fire here, actually. So maybe you're also burning something off. Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. And the 3 of Cups. Yes. Oh, let's put these in order. Just a second. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts the 3 of Cups in the middle. Cool. So this equals, now we're in the the heart space, right? Because, for instance, this is all lower chakra, right? This is all like this. Red, orange, yellow. Then we get into green. You have to work through these to get to that heart space, to know what's going on. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse, yes, so you feel confident enough in when you step forward with something, take an action. It is from an empowered place versus an impulsive place. Oh, let's take this as an inner child. Yes, we're supposed to stop here. Okay. Let me split this. There. Okay, little owl at the bottom, little daughter of swords. Cool. Also, more chakra, kind of, all the chakras there. Now, I heard now aware. Okay. So, Libra, Virgo, hi. Alright. So, I guess your inner child, or your inner self, wants you to really, maybe this is going over like a pros and cons. Okay? What you have, what you need. What does this have? Does that coincide with what you need? Okay? Because the thing is a decision has actually already been made. But I guess there's a part of you, like as an individual, as a I or an ego or the self, is kind of like, am I going the right way? And the answer is, well, if you feel like you are, if you feel emotionally secure and where your steps that you are taking, then yes. If you do not feel emotionally secure, I heard that is no one else's fault. And if you do have any worry, maybe you want to also just look at your life and be like, okay, what are all the things that I do have? Like the pros and the cons of your life. I'm assuming most of you, your pros are much bigger than your cons. Right? Pro is with, con is without. So I see whatever has, I heard, stepped into your life. Ooh, Daughter of Swords again. Whatever has stepped into your life well, I guess it's your ego that's making it a little messy, which I'm taking not because you think you're the shit, where you're like, yeah, me. It's where you actually are like, am I good enough? Am I good enough? Now, the thing is you got friends. I see your siblings, your like where you live, things like this. Maybe not the energy in the house for some of you, but like you have a support system is the point. But you know how, I told Cancer this month, but you know how people will be like, oh my god, Libra, you're so good at this, or like, Virgo, you're so smart, or like, you're so wise, or you're so this and you're so that, and it's like, sometimes you really know that about yourself, but you'll never really admit it because you know it's wrong to admit that, because then you're egotistical. But then there's lots of times when you don't feel that way about yourself, and no matter how much anybody else tells you that you're good enough, you're really the only one that can let you know. You're really the only one that can change that perspective. Do you know what I mean? Now, I do feel like now is not a time to have a conversation, especially a very deep conversation with other people. You could have more lighthearted conversations. You know, I heard after responsibilities are handled, right? You take care of yourself, you take care of your job, home, your laundry's done, whatever, dishes, basic stuff handled. Then yeah, you can have little conversations, but I feel like there's a bigger conversations. Maybe for some of you this could be with your boss, it could be with your spouse or somebody. It's like wait. Because in the future, you have the Son of Wands again, which represents actually taking action and moving forward. But you need this chakra energy to go. It's like you have to go from your lowest, that root or the fear. You got to work your way up all the way to the heart. And then you got to go all the way up to your head. And then you got to go all the way back down. And I heard this is how you will ensure that this is how you will ensure that as you move forward, you feel safe and loved and protected. You feel secure as you step forward. Yes, the moon and the Mother of Cups, right? That you feel confident. You can embrace your fear and understand, like, when that is valid, right? To step back and be like, whoa, let me not jump into this too fast, or let me not, I don't know, involve yourself in something maybe to a certain depth. You want to maybe pull back a little and figure out where you're at emotionally, so that that can be that fear again, where you're like, am I in the right place? Is this where I'm supposed to be? Did that person come into my life? Like, did that person, place, or thing just arrive? Is that right? And so I guess this is also a test in faith. And maybe remember that some of your fear could be your mother's fear. I've mentioned this before, since we're doing an inner child reading. It's like, here we go. Hermit and the little baby duck. Little Daughter of Cups here. Pisces and Virgo. You know, when we're in the womb, your mother was stressed out about something. Your mother's mother had a fear, and your mother held that fear, and it's some old Scorpio fears, Pluto fears, generational fears, and then you're born and you're in the womb, and without even realizing it subconsciously, you can have fears about stuff. You know, it could also just be wherever you've been hurt before, or kind of like hurt or abandoned or what have you, are kind of bubbling to the surface. But this is why you're meant to be quiet and not take any action at this time, so you can find the faith that you need. You can find that security in yourself and where you're at as an individual. I mean, I see again, you still have a support system. You have friends, you have a job, like, that's fine. Like, the security aspect really isn't an issue. It's an internal security, which I guess is very Scorpio and Cancer-like. It's and I feel like whatever, it's because you've been cut down before or hurt before. Something scared you, something like this. Even though life is really good right now, I guess this is a test in your own. Well, I see it again, like your own emotional security. Like in your own power, in your own ability to, oh, I heard try something new. The Star and the Father of Swords, right? Like, change your mind. I heard change your mind, change your world. You know, maybe some of you were kind of stuck mentally. Or maybe some of you do need to change your mind. Maybe you've been thinking, like, I don't know. The way you've been thinking about a person, a place, or a thing. That person very much being you also. But this could be your children, it could be your spouse, whatever. Point is that wherever the mind has been, And this is very Aquarian too. What I'm seeing is like, sometimes with Aquarius, to me, the mind can get so fixated on thinking that whatever they know about whatever they know, according to what's happened with love, or like Leo kind of energy, the heart space. Well, it's good to keep open-minded and be like, well, again, I heard, you know, I guess I'm going to give an example here. It would be as if, I don't know, you were in a relationship, you got divorced, and then you're like, I'm never getting in a relationship again. I'm never going to get married again. You know, something like that. But if there's been a never, where you're like, I ain't doing that, or like, I'm not doing that for 5-10 years. I'm not doing that for a long time. I don't even need to do that. Like you just was so. That was the decision because of the pain that you've experienced. You've decided, if there's a place where you were in pain, and then because of that pain, you decided, I'm not doing that again. To overly protect yourself. Well, I guess you're growing out of that. And you're meant to try something new. It's like you're fixing your fixed energy. You're fixing something as a foundational thing. If you like astrology, it's like you're taking the fixed houses, so Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, and you're adjusting them. You're shifting them. But because of that, these are places in you that have been in everybody. It's like places in us that are the same for so long. Whenever they become that, whatever it is that feels, it's like the peg goes in the hole. Man, oh man, is it hard to change. Like, it is hard to change. And so when that changes, it always feels a little bit scary, because after that there's a forward momentum, but you have to have so much faith that you're going in the right direction, and that you're in the right place right now. Now, I have to mention, because this is a general reading, we're talking to lots and lots of people, my perspective. If you are in a really hard spot that is unhealthy, this is where you would make a plan to get yourself out of it. You're strong enough to be like, am I good enough to leave? Like, you know, you don't just quit your job, for instance. You find a new job. You don't get rid of your shoes before you get new shoes, right? You don't quit your job before you get another job. The only time you don't do that is with a relationship, because it won't ever last. But that's another story. Interesting reading. Let's just pick some cards while I'm talking to you. Libra and Virgo together, that's really beautiful. So this is Mercury and Venus, right? I really think some of you need to go over what you believe about love. Venus and Mercury. What do you think about love? What do you think about your relationship to you right now? What do you think about the relationships you are involved with right now? And then I heard pros and cons. And maybe any of the relationships, the person, places, or things that have too many cons, this is when you would make a plan, like I heard an exit plan. When something isn't good enough. I heard it's not about thinking you're better than. It's a healthy ego, right? I can do that. I can do that. Yeah. The Star and the Ace of Swords, again, with all the chakra, all the chakras there. I can do that, right? Because maybe that's the thing. This sacral chakra all bound up, right? That's creation, right? Some of you sexually, some of you artistically, whatever. It's also emotionally. That's where that all comes from, that space. So it's almost like you need to tell yourself, I know I can do that. I can take care of that. I can take care of that. I can handle that. I can do that. I heard I want to build that. And I guess whatever this is a building process. But remember, when you clear the chakras out, if we're going to use this as a example here, when you're going to clear the chakras out, right? There are places inside of you that are going to feel empty. And then there are places inside that are going to have tension and have new feelings because energy hasn't moved through there in a while. And so it's like getting used to the feeling of something. And actually, I do see some pretty serious root, like all that masculine, all this chakra energy being released. Like it's like it's untangling itself. Like we said in the beginning, it's like going into this heart space. Yes, and Scorpio is, maybe that's why I said it in the very beginning, Scorpio is helping the situation. You know, that's where it all starts, is down in that root. That's where Scorpio lives. Because I guess you're also meant to find your passion again. And I know, I would assume for a lot of you, for instance, like spiritually, your family, your job. These things you have a lot of passion for. Right? There's a lot of love that goes towards that, a lot of energy, a lot of communication, a lot of thought, a lot of memory. All this is in there. But maybe you as an individual need a little bit of adjustment in finding your own confidence again. Now, of course, you could fold that which is not, where there isn't, maybe you want to ask yourself, what are you passionate about right now? What are you putting your energy into? And what is it about, for instance, what is this? Wow, Six of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Awesome. You're really adjusting something so beautifully, but I need you to know that it's going to feel a little bit wonky because there's something new. Yes, but the new thing, I feel, of course we can't speak for everybody, but I really feel like the majority of you here, because the way God set this up, I don't know, but it's like the majority of you here are not, you know whether you're about to hit, like, how do I explain this? Well, I guess if you sit quietly quietly with yourself, you will know whether I heard it's time to step up or it's time to let go. And the thing is I feel like, again, for the majority of you here, this energy goes back into the beginning where it was like you had a beautiful gift that was given to you or something new, and you're meant to try something new, but you don't believe. There's a part of you that doesn't know if you're really in the right space or not. Or again, if God just gave you that job or that new friend or that new person or that new, whatever the new thing is that God's like, hey, here, now again, just because something's handed to you doesn't mean, shake your head, doesn't mean that is right for you. You have to trust yourself faithfully and with your intuition. But the only way the intuition works correctly is if the mind is quiet, calm, like Sagittarius said, be chill and still. And also, you feel emotionally secure in yourself. Then there is no, then there, all of that, I heard, emotional scarcity. Well, you realize that, like, pain is an illusion, fear is an illusion, that it's just a feeling, and sometimes feelings are not accurate because they're coming from a past place and not from the present moment. And so I actually see that Sagittarius's reading may be of service to you, Virgo, Libra. And again, I actually see Cancer and Sagittarius are both, will be helpful. You can go wherever you want. But this is where I heard you gotta believe in love again. Because I also feel like a lot of you here, you love yourselves, right? Like, let me ask you the question. Do you love yourself? Do you? Is that clear to you? That feeling? You feel valuable? You feel worth something? You feel like you're a part of this life for a good reason? Cool. If you're there, well, let's put it this way. If you aren't there yet, you will be soon. And remember that process is, it's hard to climb the ladder of discipleship. But those of you who confidently, with emotional security, just said, yeah, of course I love myself, Raaji, yeah. With a smile on your face, right? You showed your teeth. Then now it's time for you to believe in, to open up love in a new space. For some of you, this could also be about forgiveness. You know, maybe it is an ex-partner. Or an old friend, or somebody that was close to your heart. You know, it's about having faith in something again. Having faith in love. Wow. Cool reading. I guess that's the end. You know, this is awesome. Actually, we'll close it like this. This Mother of Swords, you know, she represents such an intelligent person, but she is a divorcee. Sometimes they call her a widow. She is cold, though. You know, calculated, feels a bit separate. Comfortable where she is. She's fine with it. But there is a part of her that is lonely. And she's very solo. There's a lot of solitude in her. But with her in the reverse, this is like her coming down the mountain. You know what I mean? Like, opening up, having a different conversation with the self about relationships, about love, about I don't know, just like softening something. I really feel like you're cutting yourself free of something too. Good. I love that Libra and Virgo work together. That's really, really cool. I've never thought of this before. I hope you don't mind. It just seemed to be the way that it needed to be. High Priestess. You know, maybe that's the thing. It's like, imagine if I did, how would it go if I did Libra and Virgo? Then I guess it would be Scorpio, Sagittarius. I know there would be a couple in there that would be like, you know, like they wouldn't relate to the other one because it seems like it's not, well, that's not who I am. But I guess the I am is the I is meant to become a we. In a loving, appropriately loving way. Right? Where you're not just like using one chakra like blasted wide open, you know, or whatever, one energetic center, like your heart's just like pouring all over the place. It's like, no, you're gonna drain yourself, right? It's about like all of them being on when you're awake, just enough to have the flow be even, right? And sure, sometimes you're gonna use one more than the others, depending on what you're doing. Maybe you just want, I don't know, look up some chakra energy. I don't know, or pay attention to what colors you're wearing. Right, green right now. I guess I'm in some heart chakra energy. Maybe that's why we had this conversation. I don't know. Thanks, Virgo. And please believe how strong you are. You don't have to protect yourself so much. No. You don't have to protect yourself that much. You can come out of your shell a little bit, okay? I heard no one's going to hit you on the head with a shovel. 10 of Cups and the Star. Maybe something really awesome would work too. Yeah, Ace of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. Maybe so. But you gotta, it's about this emotionality. Feeling confident. Confident. Right? Change your mind to change your world. I love you so much. Please take care.